Tonight on Eagle Angle, a once-a-century weather event.
NASA scientists are stunned by images of Jupiter.
And Oklahoma Christian's women's volleyball team kicks off their season this week.
All this and more coming right up on Eagle Angle.
Hello and welcome to Eagle Angle, a student-produced newscast live from Oklahoma Christian University. I'm Joe Luckett.
I'm Hannah Stover.
Sad news came Monday as Sergeant Bobby Swartz was fatally wounded while serving lockout paper at a home near Southwest 78th Street and South Pennsylvania Avenue. The man that opened fire on Swartz and another deputy has been identified as Benjamin Plank. Both deputies were wounded and taken to OU Health. Swartz passed away Monday, and the other deputy is listed as stable at the hospital.
In California, a plan to purchase and hand out date rape drug testing kits has been approved in West Hollywood. It's all in effort to drive down the number of sexual assaults happening in the area. Nicole Cornstalk has the story.
If this would have been available to me at the nightclub on New Year's Eve 7 years ago, I would not have been drugged and I would not have been assaulted.
It's very personal for Keeley Field, advocating for others who have survived sexual assault.
Because once they've survived it, they're terrified. You're scarred for life. And all I can do is help prevent it. It's preventable.
Stories like hers inspired the city council to purchase and hand out these drink-spiking test strips at bars and nightclubs all over West Hollywood. With the drop of a cocktail, they test for two common date rape drugs, ketamine and GHB. The idea is that bars can make them available for any customers who want them, so that people have proof if their drink was spiked, and a QR code with safety information on what to do next.
It is a growing problem everywhere.
Mayor Pro Tem Seppi Shine wants people to know that this program is just one part of a larger push to make nightlife here safer.
And to let any predators know, you will be caught. You will be caught. We are giving people test strips. Don't come into our city anymore.
At a meeting about nighttime safety, West Hollywood addressed recent reports about other people who believe they were secretly drugged while out on the town.
Between 2016 and 2021, a report came out in January that there were 30 sexual assaults tied to drink spiking incidents in the city of West Hollywood, and only 3 of those have cases filed with the DA.
Public Safety Commissioner Jackie Steele says 53% of those alleged assaults happened at the same establishment. She says she wants to see better training and transparency, particularly at that business. Updated reports on those cases and better communication between all the departments that work with victims.
The Oklahoma Christian Student Government met for the first time last Wednesday. During their meeting, the SGA outlined its goals and expectations for the 2022-2023 school year. The SGA's 3 main goals this year are to promote retention, showcase unity within the student body, and provide transparency, communication, and accountability within the SGA. For info on last week's SGA meeting, visit talon.news.
NASA is sharing some stunning composite images of Jupiter from the James Webb Space Telescope. They put rainbow auroras, giant storms, and far-off galaxies on display.
An observation leader said they were surprised at the quality of the images. In one, orange and yellow at Jupiter's poles fade to blues and purples toward the center, and its famous Great Red Spot, a storm big enough to engulf Earth, appears white.
A Webb scientist says that numerous bright white spots and streaks are likely very high-altitude cloud tops of condensed convective storms. NASA says you can also see faint rings and far-off galaxies photobombing in the background.
In New York, police are investigating a pair of possible hate crime attacks. One of the incidents happened in Brooklyn on Sunday. Someone attacked an elderly man with a fire extinguisher. Zania Maldonado has the story.
That victim, who lives in this area, was understandably not comfortable sharing his name or showing his face. He is still shaken up and says it isn't his first time being attacked in his own neighborhood. A 72-year-old Jewish man was walking near Taylor Street and Lee Avenue around 6 Sunday morning.
One guy ran after me and he start to spray. I try to walk how fast I can.
He says he was approached by a group of individuals, one of them running up to him with a fire extinguisher and spraying him in the face. The entire attack caught on surveillance. You then see the group walking away from the scene. The victim's son believes his father was targeted because he is Jewish.
It was not only my father, it was another Jewish guy, like 2 minutes after his attack. Yeah, but definitely it's a hate crime.
Around the same time Sunday, a second attack. NYPD says a 66-year-old Jewish man was walking near Roebling and 3rd Street when someone sprayed him with a fire extinguisher before punching him as well. Former state assemblyman and founder of Americans Against Anti-Semitism, Dov Hikind, says attacks on Jews in the city are out of control.
Something is wrong. We're not doing it right. We're not dealing with it in a way where it makes a difference. People are afraid. There are real victims who live with the attacks upon them every single day.
Advocates fighting against discrimination in Brooklyn believe these attacks are yet another reminder that local and state leaders need to take hate crimes more seriously.
When you see two incidents at the same time, that makes you even think, what's happening? Isn't this going to stop? We can't be prisoners in our own home.
We're just going to continue talking about this, and nothing is going to change unless we wake up.
Now, both of the victims are doing okay. No arrests have been made, and both of the incidents are now being investigated by the NYPD's Hate Crimes Task Force. In Williamsburg, Brooklyn, Sania Maldonado, CBS 2 News.
The Lazarus community at Clark Memorial United Methodist Church in the northwest Oklahoma City area is protesting the Oklahoma death penalty in an interesting fashion. 25 white crosses have been put on the church's front lawn to represent each person that is scheduled to be executed by the state of Oklahoma. Each cross is 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide and will be painted red or green depending on if the death row inmates are executed or given clemency.
The severe drought in Texas has uncovered a little piece of history. Dinosaur tracks from about 113 million years ago can be seen in a dried-out river in Dinosaur Valley Park. A park official says these tracks likely came from an Acrocanthosaurus, weighed 7 tons and reached 15 feet tall. The tracks in Dinosaur Valley State Park are expected to be covered up again with river water as local forecasters are calling for rain. Park officials say that this is a good thing because the water helps protect the prints from natural weathering and erosion.
The flags in Yukon, Oklahoma will be at half-staff this weekend to honor Sergeant Rudy Sanchez. Sergeant Sanchez served the Yukon Fire Department for 14 years. He passed away Monday morning after battling cancer. Flags will remain at half-staff through the sunset on August 28th.
It's being called a once-a-century weather event. Today, it could be reclassified as even rare. Storms have been causing deadly floods in southern states. Now they're stretching east towards the lower Mississippi basin while continuing to drench East Texas. Amy Kiley reports on how the weather is affecting residents and air travelers.
My apartment is literally flooding. I just woke up and should I call 911? What do I do?
The storms that caused this dangerous flooding in Utah, Arizona, and Texas are stalled in East Texas and forecast to bring more rain today. They're also stretching into the lower Mississippi basin.
Try to get it cleaned up as fast as possible is the plan right now.
Dallas Fire Rescue says it's been responding to dozens of water emergency calls.
So a lot of these cars are stranded. People in their vehicles.
The fire department in the Dallas suburb of Mesquite says a 60-year-old woman appears to have died after a flood overtook her vehicle. 100 miles east of Dallas, some buildings in Winona are destroyed. The National Weather Service confirms a tornado is responsible.
I could see all this flying. I mean, it happened quick.
City phone ring with the alert that there was a storm in the area. Then a few minutes later, tornado, and then boom, started getting calls and that sort of thing that the tornado had hit.
Dallas and neighboring Fort Worth are home to 2 major airports, so the storms are causing flight delays and cancellations. Nationwide, nearly 1,500 U.S. flights were canceled yesterday. About 8,000 were delayed.
I think everybody wasn't anticipating this much rain this fast.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
With the number of Rush events picking up this weekend, we don't want to make sure you miss a single event. Here are the events coming up this weekend. Alpha is having game night tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. On Saturday, the Alpha men will be helping out at Scissortail Park from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Then on the 28th, Alpha and Chi are co-hosting the Chi Alpha LARP at 5 p.m. On Saturday, the 27th, Chi is hosting Chi's Hockey at 3 p.m.
Delta will be holding Greek Life from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Friday night, and Delta will be co-hosting the Delta Theta Luau from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday night. Theta will also be co-hosting Waterpalooza with Kappa Friday night at 6 p.m.
Kappa will be continuing the water fun with the Kappa Water Party at 4 p.m. And then the Kappa is playing Bug Ball at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 31st, next week. The women of Gamma are having Nick at Night tomorrow night from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And they will be hosting their Dora the Explorer event the 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. Then they will hold a Gamma open meeting on the 30th at 6 p.m.
The Iota ladies will host Island in the Sun on the 26th and hold an Iota open meeting on the 30th. The women of Lambda will be co-hosting a toga party with the Delta men Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Saturday night will be Lambda's night in New Orleans from 7 to 9 p.m. Lambda will be celebrating Mackenzie's birthday Sunday from 9 to 8:30 p.m. and it's going to be volleyball and sandcastles for Lambda on the 31st from 8:30 to 10 p.m.
Psi will be having a LAN party Friday night from 7 to 12 p.m. They will be also holding the Starlight Devo this Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. And Psi's Clean the Park event will start at 6:30 Monday night and end around 8:30 p.m.
If you have any stories you would like us to report on, please send an email to our producer with the address on screen.
We're going to take a quick break.
And when we come back, Tyler Hale will have your Eagle Anger weather.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
You care for the house, the kids, and our future. My Shiro's Day is never done. So let's save a little more now so we can create the retirement we want. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need. Visit asiaretirement.org/Shiro.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Good day, Oklahoma. I'm Tyler Hale here with your Angle weather report. So for today's weather, the outside is going to feel like 92. Feel like 94, actually being 92. A little higher than it actually is. Let's go ahead and see the area around. So for the most part of Oklahoma, it's going to be in your low 90s, high 80s, with Miami looking out, being a little cooler than the rest of the areas. And for tonight's temperatures, it's going to cool off a little bit, being 69, a little bit of wind, and a high humidity of 68%. And this is what our early weekend will look like. It looks like it's going to be a little bit hotter than what we're used to, Friday and Saturday being specifically that way. Sunday is going to be a cool off, hopefully a little bit, with that little bit chance of rain. And finally, your 5-day forecast. Throughout the week, it's going to be into your mid to high 90s, cooling off in the evenings, but not by a whole lot. Being sunny for the most part, except for that Sunday, with a little bit of chance of rain, as stated earlier. And then Monday is going to clear up once again, being partly cloudy and sunny. And that's all for your Angle weather reports. When we come back, we'll have Kanisha Snap in the Entertainment Corner to bring you the latest.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
What are you looking for?
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Based on the widely successful PlayStation video game, this show will star Pedro Pascal as the main character, Joel, and Bela Ramsey as the surrogate daughter, Ellie. This show will follow Joel as he travels across the country to deliver the possible cure to a widespread zombie outbreak. Set to release in 2023, this teaser trailer is the first legitimate look at what we have of this project, only increasing its anticipation. From rapper to actor to entrepreneur, and now a nursery rhyme animated kid series producer, Snoop Dogg has seen it all. Partnering with Emmy-nominated producer and creator Claude Brooks, Snoop Dogg will now voice the main character, Bo Whistle. Snoop Dogg comments on this project, saying, "As a father, grandfather, and longtime youth football coach, It's always been important to me to build positive and educational environments for all children. Entering the world of children's programming, Snoop series, Doggyland, kids songs and nursery rhymes will be shown on YouTube and YouTube Kids. After winning the support of numerous celebrities and well-wishers, an 11-year-old boy with dwarfism was cast in Oscar-winning director George Miller's Mad Max prequel movie, Furiosa. In an interview for Good Weekend magazine, Miller explained he was moved to put Creighton Bayless on the big screen after watching a distressing video shared by his mother in February of 2020. Born with a type of dwarfism known as achondroplasia, Bayless was shown in the disturbing video, crying in the back of his mother's car, asking her for a knife so he could kill himself. This is what bullying does, claims the mother, who live-streamed on Facebook to raise awareness on the impact of bullying. After catching the attention of Hugh Jackman, it was good for us and good for him, Miller told the Sydney Morning Herald. Today's entertainment report includes an argument among MCU fans that appears to finally have an answer. David Daniel has that and more in the Hollywood Minute.
Oh, God. Steve Rogers did not have a girlfriend before he went into the service. Says who? The History Channel. So
In She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, Jennifer Walters is obsessed with whether Steve Rogers, the longtime Captain America, is a virgin. It turns out there's a definitive answer to that question, long debated among Marvel fans, and it comes straight from Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige. You'll find the answer, where else, in the first episode mid-credits scene of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, now playing on Disney+.
Hello, Angel.
Here's your latest look at Lily Rose Depp and Abel the Weeknd Tesfaye in The Idol, set in the LA pop music industry. The series, created by Tesfaye, Reza Fahim, and Euphoria creator Sam Levinson, is coming soon to HBO and HBO Max. New music from Panic at the Disco. Don't Let the Light Go Out is off the band's latest album, Viva Las Vengeance. The group launches a tour in support of the album September 8th in Austin, Texas. Tickets and the album are on sale now. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's all for today's Entertainment Corner. Here's Gabe Waden with your Eagle Angle Sports Report.
Thanks, Kanisha. With the Oklahoma Christians women's soccer team official season kicking off tomorrow, the preseason poll for the Lone Star Conference has come out. The Lady Eagles were picked 10th in this year's preseason Lone Star Conference poll. The women's soccer team isn't the only team to be ranked in a preseason poll this last week. The Oklahoma Christian women's volleyball was also picked for the 11th spot in the Lone Star Conference's preseason poll. This ranking comes off of a 12-18 win-loss record from the previous season last fall. Now, if you're upcoming Oklahoma Christian sports, the Oklahoma Christian women's volleyball team are kicking off their season off this weekend at home against Westminster at 1 p.m. and Illinois at 7:30 p.m. on Friday. Then on Saturday, they will face off against South Baptist at 1 p.m. and Arkansas Tech at 7:30 p.m. The Oklahoma Christian men's soccer team is going to Wichita, Kansas tomorrow night to take on Newman at 7 p.m. And on Saturday, they will be back at home playing Eastern New Mexico at 3 p.m. The Oklahoma Christians women's soccer team will be home this Thursday playing Central Oklahoma at 7 p.m. And here are your upcoming intramural sports. Kai will be playing softball on the 25th at 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Kai will then be holding the softball playoffs on the 29th at 7 p.m. and the softball championships on the 30th at 7 p.m. Delta will be playing softball from the 25th at 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Delta will be holding their softball semifinals on the 29th and their softball finals on the 30th. Kappa will play softball on the 28th at 8:30 p.m. Cy will play softball tomorrow night from 7 to 8 p.m. And that is all for your Eagle Angle Sports Report. When we come back after the break, Joe and Hannah will be back for our feel-good story of the week.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother
and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo! Oh, hey, Julia! You ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You are there for them. We are here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org.
The family of a Houston police officer who died in the line of duty in 2020 is getting continued love and support from his fellow officers. The family of Jason Knox's widow and children.
Houston PD proved their dedication to the family once again on Monday, giving Knox's daughter a big send-off for her first day of kindergarten. Sherman Chow reports.
Cars, flashing lights, and scores of officers all here for
Eliza. Cooper, turn sideways. There you go.
an overwhelmed 5-year-old Eliza Knox and her first day of kindergarten. In 2020, Eliza's father, HPD Tactical Flight Officer Jason Knox, was killed in a police helicopter crash. His law enforcement family have stood by wife Kara and their 2 young children.
It's been almost 2.5 years, and here they are, still showing up. So, it's amazing.
Including an HPD flyby.
Is Daddy's helicopter going to come?
Yeah.
Big brother Cooper got a big send-off too back in 1st grade. Now, 8 years old, he's looking after his little sister.
I get to, show her to her classroom and show her where everything is.
Officers and first responders took a class photo with the family, and then a motorcycle escort followed the bus as it pulled into the neighborhood.
It means more than the world to me. Love, support, everything. I don't have enough words.
Houston City Councilman and former HPD officer Mike Knox, also known as Grandpa, was there too, along with other family, to see the siblings onto the bus. The convoy pulled out and headed to school. There, mounted patrol officers waited to greet them. This law enforcement family will likely be back on other big days, like high school graduations. But even now, Eliza knows she is not alone.
Good night.
Apparently you two need to stay there for some reason. Oh, you're taking pictures.